Welcome back to Living in the Heart of Virginia, and now we're talking fashion. And I know we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but for things like job hunting, dressing for success is vital for a good first impression. So we're talking about the do's and don'ts of fashion with fashion consultant Emma Wagnon. Hi Emma, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you, Emily.
Now, tell me if I'm right or not. You know, everybody talks about a power suit. Mm-hmm. Do you have to wear a power suit when you're going out for a job interview, or is that not necessary?
Well, I think it can be a little of both. The power suit is always a wonderful piece. You and I are both kind of doing the suits day. The jacket's always nice, but it's always going to depend on what you're going for. If you're going into one of the more artsy careers, you can kind of do it a little bit more casual with the sweater or the button-up, or you can do the power suit. You don't want to overkill it. I think for men these days, power suits are a little less expected, a little bit more maybe the blazer or just the shirt and tie, but it can be a little bit of personal preference too.
Well, that would be good for my husband. He hates a tie in general, so a blazer would work great for him. Now, how about color? You know, do you need a bit of color in an outfit in general?
I think a little bit of color is always a good thing. If you're just doing the white and black, that's fine. But you also want to stand apart in a very competitive market that we have, or if you're going for an internship, which is also very competitive, you want to be able to pop that color a little bit, show a little bit of personality, something that kind of stands out.
Now, how about cleavage? Yay, nay, never?
Nay, if at all possible. You don't want to be distracting. You want to show personality, but you want them to focus on you, not anything else. And that's going to be the same when it comes to jewelry. Mm-hmm. You don't want anything loud that they're staring at more so than listening to you or paying attention to you. I had a professor in college, and she actually wanted to be distracting, and so she'd wear rings that were way up off her hand and outfits that were just crazy, but it distracted from her. Mm-hmm. And you don't want that. You want your employer, the interviewer, to notice you.
What about jewelry for guys?
I'd go minimal. Of course, it's going to depend on the field. Those are always going to be dependable, but I'd go minimal. Leave the necklaces or the bracelets or an overabundance of earrings at home that day.
Okay, well, you actually brought some examples of different outfits, and we'll take a look at option one now. And you have to tell me, this is kind of more of a minimal look to it.
It is.
Now,
it is.
Now tell me why you chose this look.
Well, it is just a basic one. It does have kind of the off-white shirt, which I know I kind of said stay away from the white, but it's got a little bit, style to it. It's got the belt going on. It's got nice sleeve length to it. Comfortable looking pants. They've got a nice length to them. Always with pants too. Make sure you get the right length. Nothing that's going to be dragging. Nothing that looks like high waters. Mm-hmm. A nice comfortable shoe. Don't go, go with what you're comfortable in with shoes. And just kind of the minimal jewelry shows a little bit of your personality, but nothing that's going to be loud or getting in your way or something you're going to be kind of messing with.
And I had a question about that.
Yes.
You had the brown shoes and the darker pants.
Yes.
Not too matchy-matchy, right?
No, you don't have to be matchy-matchy. I mean, go with what you're comfortable in, of course. But, the brown shoes were a little bit off, but, I mean, they were kind of cute with that kind of charcoal-colored pant.
And as long as you have similar base colors, right?
Yes, yes.
And what are our colors that you can pretty much match with anything?
A good brown, a good gray, kind of charcoal, and a black. Stay away from any of the glaring whites or, a good khaki too is always a wonderful thing to throw in because it can go so well with black or browns.
Okay, now we have option 2 here, and tell us more about this. I love the bright shirt.
Oh, isn't it cute? That one I really wanted to show just kind of that pop of color, that pink we got going on there. And then it's got other basics that are a little bit more subdued. You've got the one pop, and everything else is just a little bit quieter with the lighter colored bag, the black shoes, and just that basic silver and I think diamond-studded jewelry there.
And I like the white bag because you can wear that in the summer and the winter.
Yes, yes.
And let's go on to option number 3. I really like this one the best
because this is my favorite.
The shoes are so much fun.
I know. That's a little pop of color there. It's got a little bit of the vintage look going on with the accessories there. And then those shoes that are a pop of color without being too much going on there. It's got the blazer too. We finally have that little look showing. A blazer over a dress is always a cute, cute look. And then when it comes to dresses, 2 points I'd like to bring up with that is, ladies, I know as much as we hate it, get out the nylons. When you're going into that competitive market, just take that one little extra step, put on the nylons or the tights depending on the season, and then always be sure to check with dresses or skirts that when you sit down, they're going to get close to your knee. Don't Of course, not the distracting point again.
Exactly. And I had one other question. When you're looking for a suit or like a blazer, it's so hard to find one that fits right. How do we know if we have one that is fitting right?
Well, I think the most important part is going to be within your comfort zone of making sure your shoulders can move well. You don't want something that's going to constrict your movements. You want to be able to move freely in it, to move around and not be constantly worried about how everything is still sitting and constantly readjusting.
Okay. Well, great advice. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Emily.